The biggest distraction that you really need to be aware of is your own thoughts and your own emotions and what they cause you to do throughout your day-to-day life. You can blame technology and social media and external circumstances all you want, but those are part of it, but it all begins here and in your mind. This is the biggest thing that we do as human beings, is give our power away to those thoughts in our head that, oh, I'm looking kind of old today, or my hair isn't looking so great. Maybe I will go and look up some solutions to that. Maybe I will scroll on social media and then compare myself to somebody else's timeline in their life and remind myself once again that I'm feeling behind and I need to come up with a plan to do that. And then, oh, well, helpfully, what's coming up on my Facebook feed or Instagram feed is a advertisement for something that is going to be the solution to my plan. And then you check that out, and on and on and on. All of a sudden, you've spent hours, collectively days, probably, in basically all of this problem solving, or maybe even just kind of thinking about the problem, maybe even scrolling through YouTube videos and thinking about, like, okay, I understand it's my thoughts and I just need to change the thoughts. I need to change my internal dialogue so that I can live in the end, be the person that I want to be, and be able to manifest the external reality that I desire. But that too is a distraction. That too is just the character in the movie of your life, the character out here in this movie trying to think different thoughts. It's all still not exactly who you are and how you actually operate. So, better to just lose the questions in the first place. Better to just go beneath all of that into where these problems and issues never existed in the first place. I know that sounds kind of woo-woo and esoteric, and I get it, but it's really what it is. It's really who we are. And the more you can develop the habit of checking in with yourself, regardless of how you're feeling. If you're feeling great and wonderful, cool. You sit with yourself, you get in touch with who you really are, the direct experience of it, the direct experience of the energy and the infinity that is your being. It always begins with this. It's always sitting and directly experiencing this. And sometimes I'm sure that many of you have had this experience. Okay, I will do that. I'm going to sit here and be in silence. And sometimes either you're sitting in silence or you hear something that somebody says on the internet that really resonates, or in person, and it really resonates with you. And you think, I will never unknow this again. I can't even imagine being somebody who doesn't know how infinitely powerful I am. And then yet you find yourself there again. But that's valuable. It's valuable when you are in those places, once again, where you're like, okay, I see there are these thoughts happening. I don't like it. It's very uncomfortable. It doesn't make me feel good. And I would really like to change the thoughts. But then you, even in those moments, can remind yourself again that, wait, I did have an experience where these thoughts were not even here. They weren't present, because those thoughts belong to an identity and a persona, and the identities themselves come and go. What does that mean? It means that none of those are you. None of those characters that you play, the identities that you shift in and out of on a minute-to-minute basis throughout a day, none of those are you, and they can just come and go. You do have the power to choose, and it might not seem that way sometimes. You're like, okay, well, of course I would choose to be the one who has the things that I prefer. And you can. And you can see whatever thoughts and emotional state that are happening right now, if they're undesirable, as something that is just not your concern. You don't have to do anything about it. So, of course, in these situations, it's easy to say, don't do anything about it. So what do you do? What do you do with yourself? Sometimes you're going to fall into the pattern, the actions that go along with the whole pattern, whatever that might be for you. Eating, scrolling, looking out there for solutions, looking for more YouTube videos, thinking about maybe I should buy that course, maybe I should sign up for this program. Instead, what I have found that I tend to do these days, I mean, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I fall into those patterns too, but I almost always notice that I'm doing it. I know exactly what is going on. And more, I'll settle for just doing something nice for myself. If I'm like, oh, I don't feel like I'm really doing it. Like I should, for example, be recording a YouTube video today and it's just not flowing, or I should edit these videos and for some reason I'm just not able to make myself do it. I'll look at my list of things that I've written in my bullet journal and maybe I'll add some things on there that are just things that bring me peace, or a routine that I like to do, or like is not always the word, such as doing sometimes my specific stretching routines. They're actually kind of hard, but they're things that I know I want to do for myself. So I'll make a list of those things. For today, for example, I have a list of things like take a bath, read a book. And I've already done a few things. Sit on the couch for an hour and watch the sunrise with the dog. Go take a walk with the dog. Cut some forsythia branches to bring inside so that they will bloom, because it's still winter time here. And you can put those branches in the water and then they bloom and you have flowers ahead of the springtime, which is a delightful, fun thing to do, I think, around this time of the year. And so I'll look at my list of tasks and I'll say, okay, I do have some things on here that, maybe they're just menial tasks that I feel that I need to do. They're on, on the list. But if I don't need to do them actually right now, I really check in and I say, all right, I have put on my list that I want to organize these money data points into a spreadsheet, but that really can happen another time. And I have built enough trust of keeping promises to myself to do tasks like that, that I really do trust that I will do it. I don't have to force myself to try to do it and then risk just simply falling into the distractions that can happen when I'm sitting at my computer and feeling a little bit anxious anyway. That's why I like to have a lot of lines available in each day on my bullet journal calendar. I made a video about why I only do weekly spreads, and because I only do weekly spreads, then I need to have enough space to put lists like this, because I want to be able to make a short list of things that is like, okay, but what do I want to do right now? Pick flowers, check. Take a bath, check. Read a book, check. Not a whole book, but read some of this book, check. And then it's like, yeah, okay, I did those things for myself. And what I've found is that when I do those things, when I take time to do the things that really do delight me, rather than scrolling around trying to solve the problems in my life, then I inevitably I might get towards the end of the day or 5 p.m. or something and say, yeah, I will sit down and edit those videos right now. That is actually what I want to do, because I have taken the time to fill my cup and nourish myself first, sit in silence first, and I may or I may not. And I don't have to make it a thing either way. That's what I wanted to basically say in this video. And I just honestly, I wanted to also record a video out here because of this beautiful atmosphere, this beautiful fog that's here right now. I have to tell you, after traveling out west all summer and being in Wyoming and California and Washington, I appreciate humidity so much. I am a person who thrives more when there's some moisture around. So I will never complain about a cloudy day ever again, I don't think. Anyway, that is what I have for you for this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.